Hey guys, what's up? It's Carmela Maniac. If you're new to my channel, sit down, take off your coat, and stay a while, because today I'm going to be breaking down and reviewing Azizam, which is the latest single from Ed Sheeran. This is his sneak peek into his upcoming album called Play. Now when I saw the song, I was like, that's an interesting name. I wonder if it means something in another language. And lo and behold, with the powers of Google, I found out that Azizam is a term of endearment in Persian. And in English, it translates to my dear or my beloved. So Ed Sheeran actually got the inspiration for the song from Persian and Irish folk music, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And so I listened to the song again with that in mind and could definitely hear the elements that were inspired by Irish and Persian folk music. So this song starts off a little differently, with Ed Sheeran hitting the chorus directly out of the gate. Except before, we do have a little tiny guitar intro, which convinces us that this is indeed an Ed Sheeran song. This chorus that starts off the song immediately grabs your attention and is designed to make you want to listen to the rest of the song. It sounds instrumentally that there isn't much difference between the chorus and the first verse, but that's okay because we have a couple vocal changes that makes up for it. In the chorus, it sounds like a group of people are singing, and I'm assuming it's just multiple parts of Ed layered on each other. And all the vocal parts are mixed so well that it just sounds like a group of people joyously singing in the back of the room. Then when he continues to sing the first verse, it's just him singing. There are no other vocal parts on top of him. I wanna be nowhere but here with you now. I wanna be one. Then in the pre-chorus, we have another vocal change-up, which is what brings us variety and dynamism. Ed sings a lower part and also sings a higher part, which is just an octave higher. Except the higher vocal part is very soft and almost unnoticeable, making the lower part stand out even more and kind of add this shiny layer on top. These make the lower vocals stand out a lot, and you're not really sure why until you really listen to the vocals. In terms of instrument variety, the same thing kind of happens in the pre-chorus. Not much really changes, except for some of the percussive elements, like what I'm pretty sure is a drum called a daf, or a clay pot called a gatam, being cut halfway, and then a kind of slow fade out of the rest of the percussive elements throughout the pre-chorus, which makes a great space for the chorus to come in big in the next part. We can do it our way, and if love's just a game, then come and play. Then we have an instrument break after this chorus, which is very reminiscent to me of a Middle Eastern tune, and I love it. Now, I'm not very familiar with Middle Eastern instruments, but I'm almost kind of maybe pretty sure that they use what is called a santur for this little solo here. Please forgive my pronunciation. I don't know what I'm saying. However, when I looked up what a santur sounds like, it feels like the one they used in this song is a little bit less pure. Like it's distorted a little bit, it's a little bit warbled, like kind of pinched as well. So it sounds like they kind of processed a little bit to fit the kind of modern vibes. Then in verse 2, we have some more variety in the vocal department, as there is an added harmony on top of Ed, starting on the line, I wanna live here in the moment. The same kind of percussive break and fade out happens here on this pre-chorus as well, but a bit more dramatically, to where everything except for the vocals end up heavily muted on the last vocal line of the pre-chorus. Hear what they say, we can do it our way, and if love's just a game, then come and play. For the last chorus, the santur, which I'm pretty sure has that solo earlier, joins in here, making this the last vocal hurrah of the song. This leads to another santur solo, which is kind of the anthem and climax of this song. Then we are left with one last Azizam from Ed Sheeran, which is coated in reverb to give us a lasting impression to end the song. I personally really like this song, and I was curious as to why Ed chose to do a song like this. So with, again, the powers of the almighty, all-knowing Google, I found out that Ed Sheeran worked with Ilya Salmenzadeh, who is an Iranian-Swedish producer who has worked with artists such as Ariana Grande and Charlie XCX. So this explains this little mashup that he's got going on here. The fact that he took inspiration from both Irish and Persian folk music is unique but also subtle. When I first heard the song, I couldn't quite point out exactly why it sounded familiar, but then when I knew what it was inspired by, I could definitely hear it, which means that they did a good job of mixing all these genres together. I like how he modernized the style, but also didn't change it so much as to where it would become unrecognizable. I admire Ed for trying something different, and he probably tapped into like a whole other, maybe even larger fan base. Like I never expected Ed Sheeran to do a song like this. I'm gonna give the song a 9.8 out of 10 on the Mellometer. Go Ed Sheeran. You have even more of my respect and admiration now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, or even if you didn't, please consider subscribing to the channel. Tell me what you guys thought of Azizam by Ed Sheeran in the comments below. Keep listening, and I'll talk to you guys later. Play. It's April, man. We all have allergies. We're all suffering. Or a play pot, or a clay pot, or a play cot. Now, I'm not very familiar with Middle Eastern instruments. Yay! Good job, Sean.